so we are skipping this one because we are. And we are doing this one that's got the absolute value. It's a little spicy. Okay. Here we go. And the first thing I'd like you to talk about at your table, so we just have 2 examples to do today, is can you do this one with elimination? Okay, no, you cannot do elimination because they're not of the same degree. Okay, so what we're going to do is some substitution here. Thank you. Okay, we are going to first rearrange this guy a little bit. So if you can please move over the y like this, then this equation would become the absolute value of x is equal to 4 minus y. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, here's why we're doing this. Because we want to get a squared, we're going to square this equation, okay? So this second equation, or this equation we just rearranged, we're going to square it. So you're going to square the absolute value. And what you do to one side in an equation, you have to do the other. You're keeping it equivalent because you're doing the same thing to both sides. So you need to figure out what is 4 minus y squared. Spoiler, it's not 16 plus y squared. You have to FOIL it out. So if you need a second to do that, 4 minus y times 4 minus y. We're doing this. And foiling, right, first. Outer, 4 minus 4 times negative y, so negative 4y. Inner, negative y times 4. And then last, you've got negative y times negative y, which is positive y squared. And then you combine these like terms here, so you got 16 minus 8y plus y squared. Okay, that was just to get what is 4 minus y, the quantity squared. So now we know that this becomes, okay, the right side we know is 16 minus 8y plus y squared. The question is, what happens when you square an absolute value? What do you know about absolute value? It's always positive. So if I do absolute value of x squared, it's just x squared. So you don't need to do plus or minus or anything. All right, at this point, you can do substitution because you have x squared is equal to this. Where would I put that in the other equation? Where x squared is, yeah. So I've highlighted it. I'll actually circle it because that's yellow is not showing that very well. There you go. The x squared spot in the original equation. So you're going to replace it. And I'll do that in blue. So in place of x squared, you're going to do 16 minus 8y plus y squared. You're going to keep the rest of the equation. So plus y squared is equal to 16. Now it should feel similar to what we did last week. Combine like terms, you'll have a quadratic. So 2y squared minus 8y plus 16 is equal to 16. What do you have to do before you solve any quadratic equation? Set it to 0. Yep, so subtract the 16, and now it becomes this. 2y squared minus 8y equals 0. Okay. Your default mode when you're solving a quadratic needs to be to solve by factoring. Okay? So this one is not 3 terms. You're not playing the X game. You should instead look for a greatest common factor, or GCF, because you have the A and B terms. What is the GCF? Can you chat your table? 2y. Don't forget the y. They also have that in common. If you factor that out, you get y minus 4, which gets you 2 solutions. Your first would be 2y equals 0, so y is 0. Your second, y minus 4 equals 0, so y is equal to 4. That's great and all, except that you need to get what x is. So now you need to do what? Plug back in. Okay, so you choose an equation to use. I'm going to use the top one, but it doesn't actually matter. You could use the bottom equation if you want. You just need to think a little bit more critically about absolute value if you do that. But I'll use the top equation. So plugging in, I'll do this on the right side. Plugging in for y, I'd have x squared plus 0 squared equals 16. Wow, that's really big. Oops. Okay. So x squared is equal to 16. And to get rid of the squared, I square root. But when I take the square root of 16 in an equation, I get two answers, right? Plus or minus 4. Okay, so that gives you your first 2 points. When I have 0 for y, I could have either positive 4 or negative 4. So there's your first 2 answers, or first 2 solutions. Do the same thing, but now you're plugging in 4, so I'll do this in red because my answer over there was red. X squared plus 4, squared equals 16. So let's see, you got x squared plus 16 equals 16. And if you subtract, you get x squared equals 0. If I take the square root of that one, I get just 0. So when y is 4, x is 0. So make sure it's 0, 4. So your 3 solutions are 4, 0, negative 4, 0, and 0, 4. And please decide with your table, can you do this one with elimination? Can you do elimination? Yes. Because they're the same degree, meaning they both have squareds, you're good to go. So you can either multiply by negative 4 or negative 3. You do you, but I'm going to do negative 3. Okay? If you did negative 4 already, it should work out just fine for you. So I'll rewrite the system to the right. That'll be negative 3x squared minus 3y squared equals negative 15. Don't forget to multiply the 1 after the equal sign. And this bottom equation is staying the same. And you should be able to add them up now. Okay. So I have 1x squared, or x squared, is equal to negative 15 plus 11, which is negative 4. Again, if I want to solve this to get rid of the squared, I do the inverse, which is square root. What do you get when you have the square root of a negative? I. Okay. Which, like, you could get 2 answers here, right? You get plus or minus 2i. But then you would have to plug that back in for x and try to get a y value, because the whole point is to get a point. Which a lot of you are looking at me like, what? Exactly. Yeah, you can't do that. And so what you're going to say for me is just no real solutions. Notice we're not just saying no solutions. There are solutions, but they are imaginary. So no real solutions, please.